Hello and a very good afternoon to all our viewers. Welcome to Lunchtime News, live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. Let's now take a look at your headlines for this afternoon. The central bank says the controversial gazette notice with regard to the bond issue was issued following a standard procedure. Men suspect connected to bringing a loaded gun to the Mount Lavinia Magistrates Court surrenders to police. Supreme Court orders that the petition filed against the editor of the Lanka e-news website be amended. Syrian forces completely retake IS-held town of Palmyra. On to our lead story now. The Supreme Court has ordered that the petition in the case pertaining to the Lanka e-news editor Sandaruwan Senadera be amended. The reason being that the address of Sandaruwan Senadera being recorded incorrectly. Though the petitioner had recorded an address in Malabar, the lawyer representing the Attorney General and the petitioner revealed in Supreme Court that on Wednesday, the CID had brought to light the true address of the petitioner when a case was taken up at the Gampaha High Court. The lawyers informed court that it was an overseas address. Accordingly, the Supreme Court ordered the petitioner's lawyer, Attorney at Law Madhuru Vithanage, to resubmit the petition after having rectified the mistake, following which they can issue notice to the respondent in this regard. The case was taken up before Supreme Court Justices Bonekalu Vihare, Sisra Diabru and Anil Gunaratna. The case, which was filed by Attorney at Law Madhuru Vithanage against Sandaruwan Senadera for contempt of court on the 14th of February, will be taken up for hearing once again on the 16th of May. The chief suspect in connection with the incident last week where a group of persons had colluded to enter the Mount Lavinia Magistrate Court premises has surrendered to court via an attorney. The police media unit said that the chief suspect is continuing to be questioned by the special police team. 20 persons were arrested on suspicion in connection with the discovery of a pistol and a revolver at the Mount Lavinia Magistrates Court premises following investigations. Investigations revealed that the group of suspects had been paid to carry out an alleged attack. According to police headquarters, Salu Roshan Indika alias Rosa has surrendered to court in connection with the incident. The police said that on the day of the incident, Gonukovile Roha, who is the leader of an underworld gang, was brought to court from prison and that Rosa was one of the leaders of a rival underworld gang. A ceremony was held to unveil a Buddha statue at the Sri Vijay Sundara temple in Bamanukoto, Varipula under the auspices of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa.
What has happened now? After obtaining a debt where money was intended to be deposited to an account, a loan of 10 billion rupees was obtained without the Parliament's consent. It did not stop there. And a year from then, that was considered a large-scale robbery. This brought in millions and millions of losses. The ones who obtained commissions did so in millions. With the money they obtained, they started to publish newspapers and then they started television stations and then they resorted to air transmissions. I therefore took the Gazette notification which was printed on the 1st of January 2015 to get the 1.5 billion rupees money back.
ගන්නවා ජනවාරි මාසේ මගේ නමින් 17 නොවැම්බර් මාසේ 16.
On to more local news now. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka says that the Gazette notification pertaining to the issuance of Treasury bonds was in compliance with the relevant legal framework. A communique issued by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka notes that the initial reissuance of Treasury bonds in a particular financial year have been included in that particular year's Gazette notification. The communique notes that thereby it had complied with the legal framework outlined by the Registered Stock and Securities Ordinance Act. The communique states that the Central Bank of Sri Lanka assures the general public that the Treasury bonds issued on behalf of the government of Sri Lanka have full legal authority and effect. The communique further states that it had taken steps to make recommendations to the government of Sri Lanka with regard to the necessary amendments that needed to be made to the Registered Stock and Securities Ordinance Act. North Central Provincial Councillor Vasantha Samarasinghe attended a public meeting in the Horana Municipal Council last evening.
වැට්පත් වැඩ කිරීමෙන් ආණ්ඩුව එකතු කරගන්න අපේක්ෂා කරපු සමස්ත මුදල
Government is planning to collect a sum of 145 billion rupees by increasing the value-added tax. Now, the loss caused through the central bank bond transaction was also estimated at 145 billion rupees. The direct loss was 55,850 million rupees. After selling the money which was obtained through the EPF, a loss of 15,000 million rupees was incurred. This directly affected the EPF. There are no answers for the questions we asked. When the answers are said, it will be easy to find who the perpetrators are. The central bank governor's letter to us says that he accepts the concerns raised by us and said that bonds will not be obtained with regard to the EPF at the secondary market. They have acknowledged the losses made when trading through the EPF at the secondary market. They have therefore responded to us saying that the bond transaction will be stopped completely at the secondary market from October this year.
ඒගොල්ලෝ පිළි අරන් තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා 2016 අවසාන කාර්තුවේ සිට ඔක්තෝබර් මාසයේ සිට ද්විතීයික වෙළඳපොළේදී බැඳුම් කර ගැනීම සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම නවත්තන්න කටයුතු කරා කියලා අපිට උත්තරයක් එවනවා.
The National Transport Commission says that all buses providing transport on highways have not been issued license in conformity to proper procedure.
Chairman of the Commission, MPA Hemachandra, said that all licenses that have been issued violated the requirements enumerated under Section 37 of the National Transport Commission Act of 1991. The chairman stated that a decision has thereby been taken to reissue the licenses conforming to proper procedure. Reportedly, over 125 buses transport passengers on highways across the country. MPA Hemachandra added that a large number of buses that operate on the highways do so without any form of license. According to the chairman, a program has been initiated to bring these buses that operate illegally under the law.
And with that, we wrap up this edition of Lunchtime News. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Azra Hassan. Thank you for joining us. Have a good day.